Hello, this is Jared with the Geek's Perspective, or Jack, whatever you want to call me. I go by Jack when I'm gaming, and I'm Jared in all my writings. There's a story behind that, but I'm not going to get into that here. That's not the point. Um, I'm home right now, and I just got done writing an article. I kind of wanted to do this. Now, normally I try to stick to entertainment and making people smile. I'm going to take my glasses off. That reflection is actually pretty bad. I was writing an article about something that's very near and dear to my heart. I was talking about veterans. I'm a vet, but no big deal. I didn't really do anything. I felt like a glorified janitor, so please don't heap any honor on me for that. Um, in the article, I talk about Bob Ross. I talk about Drew Carey, and Adam Driver. Actually, I felt like these are the whole article, and it's going to come out around Veterans Day. Is people you didn't know who are veterans, or you might not know, because some of you might know. I also put Sir Christopher Lee because he did serve World War II. He did serve in the British military, but he's definitely worth mentioning. He did a lot. But anyway, I wanted to. I end the article with something that, as I said before, is very near and dear to my heart. Uh, 22 veterans a day end their lives. They end them themselves. They commit suicide. And a little bit of personal side to this, I was pushed very near to that several times in my life. Spite helped a lot, keeping me going, and ultimately helped me seek treatment. This is all in 2016, and no, it wasn't tied to the politics. It was just I had a mental breakdown from the mental scars that I had left in my time in service. I was treated like a second-class citizen a lot because I'm a larger person on my ship, and it was all about fitness. I even sought treatment while in service, and they decided, after a couple times going, they decided that cleaning the ship was more important. Zane's in my lap. I had to adjust him before he fell off my lap. I really didn't want that to happen because then he's going to get back up and he's going to claw me. Anyway, sorry, I digressed. This is something I care a lot about, and I know, everything entertainment is not going to have politics in it. That's why I'm doing this under the Geeks Perspective banner, because a lot of the people I work with it are veterans. Right now, you haven't met her yet, but my friend Mika, who's going to be doing a book talk with me. We're going to talk comic books. I'm going to interview her. We're going to go back and forth talking about things we enjoyed. I believe the first one we're going to be doing is Watchmen, because there's a TV show out right now and everybody's talking about it. So I wanted to talk about the comic, not the movie. And then Mad Techie's actually a vet with me. He served. Another one who goes by Gunslinging Troll. You're going to probably meet him at some point. He's a little brash at times, so I do apologize for that. But, here's Zane. Zane wanted some love. He's probably going to lay down on my shoulder like he normally does. Nope, I'm a pirate. Nope, laying down. All right. Hey, Zane. Anyway, actually, the reason I have Zane is because he helps me deal with my depression. They recommended I had someone I could love on and who would love on me. So that's actually something that helped me a lot. But as I said before, there are 22 people a day who don't. They took off the uniform, but they still left with scars. You may not see them physically, but they're there. And I sorry I keep looking down. I'm looking at my image to make sure I'm not showing too much of the apartment I live in because it's very dirty right now, and I'm very self-conscious about that. And a little more on my personal story. I'm bipolar. I deal with depression and manic episodes all the time. Right now, I'm taking stuff from my manic side because the depression side would probably not help very much because one of the things I'm self-conscious about is my weight. If you look, you can see my little bit of a double chin when I look down, and I'm very self-conscious about that. And I have to. I wrote an article about Linkin Park, "Breaking the Habit" song, and in there I talk about me trying to break the habit of being self-destructive and self-hating. Zane's looking adorable. That's something I fight against all the time. Picking at and joking about the things that have led to my depression, leading to the self-hatred that I have, and that's something we don't need. We joke about it. Oh, I'm a fat guy. Oh, I love food. You make the joke every now and then. That's okay. But when it becomes it becomes a part of your mental image. And then you look at vets who they think of themselves still in their uniform, where they not that they had a better life all necessarily, but they have this image of what they were, and now they look at their lives. And more of my personal story, I left the military and all I could find was minimum wage, which is why I'm very big proponent of raising the minimum wage, but that's another conversation. All I could find was minimum wage. I felt like society had looked at me and felt my value was worth the bare minimum. I was 26 when I got out. I can't remember right now. I was 26 when I got out, and I was so far behind everyone else. I tried to go to college, but I wasn't able to keep up with all the people who'd just left high school. I'm not going to call myself an idiot. I was able to do algebra. I didn't have to do any remedial classes, but I had to get into the pattern of doing the math myself, doing the English. And I was a kid who never learned how to study because I just didn't need to. And I'm not the only one. I was fairly fortunate in the fact that I could remember how to do algebra. I could do English. I'm a writer. It's going to happen. I've been writing my whole life. But not everybody has that. It has that little cushion. And then they go to school for a bit and they fail out in some way. They spent some of their GI Bill, which the GI Bill does pay us to live for a bit. It pays us pretty decently. And then there's a lot of grants and stuff to help along the way. But that only goes so far. And then their image of themselves gets torn down as they can't find work. And there's a bit of pride to not seeking treatment. My own personal side, I refused treatment for a long time because I felt, I know there were vets there who were missing legs, missing arms, who saw combat. I wasn't in combat. And I was seeking treatment because I felt sad. Now, by the way, depression is not sadness. It's a void. You feel nothing. All your emotions are dampened. And if you feel them, it's very weak. It's like trying to feel a heater through a thin wall. It doesn't work. And you can't enjoy things. And I admitted, I had suicidal ideations, not suicidal tendencies. I thought about it, that if something accidentally killed me, I wouldn't have been upset. I didn't want to take a gun to my head or jump from anything, but I kind of hoped that something would. And I'm not alone. I know that. I didn't want to become a statistic. My spite really helped me because the people who I sought help from frequently among friends and even family, I knew that because they didn't really help me at all. Now, mind you, that's not true of all my friends and family, but they didn't really help me at all. And if I had died, they're like, oh, I wish I could have done something. Well, I asked for help and you guys looked away. You turned away. So that spite kind of kept me going. Now, I'm saying all this because we can be better. We can be better as a people. We can be better as a nation. I have ideas what should be done. Once again, not the point of this. Spoiler alert, I do want to eventually build my own website. It's going to kind of work with All Everything Entertainment. It is going to be political in nature and critique society as a whole. Because I don't want that tied with All Everything Entertainment. That is your refuge from the 2020 election specifically. What happens after that? No idea. Probably shouldn't have brought that up. I don't care. So this is my plea. If you know a veteran who needs help, listen to them, comfort them. And if you feel, sorry, I'm adjusting so I can get a phone number. If you feel that you are not good enough for that, and now I kind of wish I didn't take off my glasses. Sorry for all the shifting. If it's a little disorienting, I do apologize. And there's Adorable Zane. If you know somebody who needs it, here's the phone number for the National Suicide Hotline. And veterans have special treatment, a special side to it, because it helps to have someone who did serve, because they understand and can relate to what you've been through. 1-800-273-8255. Now I could have read it a specific way, the 1-800. Don't want to. Anyway, press 1 for veteran. And if you know anybody else who's not a veteran, because yes, there are more than just veterans who commit suicide. It's just that, kind of selfish on this one. It's from my own experience, but veterans do end their life at a high per capita, and I have prevented some people and I've lost some people. And as I said before, we can do better. We can do better as a people, as a nation. So this is my plea. And once again, I'm sorry I'm doing something emotional. I'm doing something that's not going to make you laugh. I'm not doing something that is even geek. I don't care. This is something important to me specifically. Um, I don't know how I don't know if this is actually going to get posted on All Everything Entertainment. It probably will, because Tim King, the owner of the company, is a pretty stand-up guy, and he kind of understands why I do this in some of my articles. Like the Breaking the Habit one, he understood why I did it. I was afraid he was going to publish it, and it was something important to me, um, as it always is. So I'm going to end this now, because I think I've ranted enough, and if I keep going, I'll probably bring myself to tears. Um, so everybody, I hope you have a good day. This is going to get posted. Yeah, today's Wednesday. It's going to go right up on YouTube, and I don't know when it's going to hit the website. Um, I could. I'm just gonna do the usual tag, like, subscribe. I don't care about that, especially for this. But here's the important part, and this is not so I get self publicity or anything. If you know somebody who needs to hear this kind of stuff, share it. I'm not doing it for publicity. I'm not trying to do it so I get likes or anything like that. I really am not. This is something important to me. If you feel you need to, downvote it. I don't care. Make sure people see this. That's what I care about. And if you find any reason to complain about me wanting to help veterans, go to hell. Like, that's about as much hate as I'm going to put on this video. So I'm going to say, take care of yourself, take care of your friends and loved ones, and take care of a stranger. You don't need that personal relationship. You see someone having trouble, please help them. And I'm pretty sure. And here's my buddy Zane. He wishes you well, and he's kind of tired. He ran himself to sleep. Also, this is usual nap time. So, anyway, thank you. Take care.